Well, good morning, everybody. Jeff Slakey here on the Daybreak Show. And as we have already heard through the father-daughter night out, Fantasy Forest is just about upon us. And I've got two great guests in studio to kind of give us a good overview of what Fantasy Forest is and all the big signature events that we'll be able to take part of. Therese and Jen are here. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
We have got another fun season of Fantasy Forest on the way. We were talking already about the father-daughter night out. That's going to be on the 15th at the Civic Center, and that is always a super fun event for folks to come on out there and enjoy it with the theme of James Bond this year.
That's right.
It's
James Bond is coming to Shelton. We're excited.
That just kicks things off again on the 15th of November. A little bit later, that next week, the 22nd, is the Business Luncheon and Confections Auction. Barrels and Brews is the 22nd in the evening, and the big gala and live auction is on the 23rd. So, Jen, let's start with you and talk just a little bit about Fantasy Forest, the history of Fantasy Forest, and what some of the funds are used to this year, what we're trying to raise money for.
Well, Fantasy Forest is the largest fundraiser that Mason General Hospital Foundation puts on for the benefit of our community and for our patients and for Mason General Hospital Family of Clinics. And my entire tenure here at the district, the event has been wonderful. It brings all segments of the community together to come and celebrate with one another, kick off the holidays. We raise funds for much needed equipment in our community. Like, we're raising funds for the C-arm this year, which is used for surgical procedures. It's got a radiologist component to it, and it's really high quality equipment that really helps our physicians perform at the peak levels for the safety and betterment for our patients. And so right now our fundraising goal for that is $244,000, and because of the generosity from our community members and some grateful patients, we have raised almost half that money so far. So we're
awesome.
pretty darn excited about it. The response from the community, from our volunteers, and from my team, we feel totally supported. Everyone's just really pulling together to make this a stellar event.
Well, you know, you'd be hard-pressed to walk around the community at any aspect and not run into somebody who has either been personally affected and impacted by Mason General or someone whose family has been impacted by Mason General.
And our work is all about our patients, all about the community. You know, we are part of the fabric of the community, and this is a way for us to bring the community together. And what's really exciting about this is that, having been a patient before, I know how important this equipment is, and also the programs that are funded by the foundation as well for the benefit of our patients. And it's really exciting. It's going to be great.
I've been talking to folks about the hospital for many, many years now, and one of the things that just keeps coming up is the fact that our community, what folks consider a rural community, things like that, has such a top-notch hospital and the clinics and everything. It really is a gem, not only in Shelton for Mason County, but for all the folks in the outside surrounding areas who have to come in here. Therese, there is a lot of fun events happening, and we need to go over some of these for sure. I've already talked with some great folks about Father-Daughter Night Out, which, again, tickets do sell out. So if you have not yet bought your tickets, make sure you do that. You can do it right from the Mason General website, masongeneral.com. Search for Fantasy Forest. It'll come on with online ticket sales closing on the 8th. It's a fun event for fathers and daughters, but not only fathers, but uncles and grandpas and all sorts of folks who are able to have a fun night with the daughters. The business luncheon is another fun one. Let's go over that a little bit.
Yes, thank you very much, Jeff. So the next week, 1 week after Father-Daughter, which would be Friday, November 22nd, we have, starting at 11 a.m., a business luncheon and confections auction. So what that is we try to get area businesses involved, bringing their employees, kind of a kickoff to the Christmas season, getting a table of 8 or 10 there. And then, so we have lunch for them at Little Creek Casino.
Nice.
Resort. And then after that, for dessert, we auction off some incredible homemade desserts and some pretty famous desserts in the area. So that is a fun way to end that luncheon. Then that night we have it's called Barrels and Brews, and we have the varmints coming.
Nice.
And then on one of the most beautiful things is to be able to include area breweries and wineries and distilleries. So once again, we're getting the community involved, community businesses involved, and then also being able to get the community to come listen to the varmints and then also support those wineries, breweries, and distilleries that will be there. Some of the breweries that we've got on tap.
I see. I see what you did there.
His interest is piqued.
I see what you did there.
Mount Olympus Brewery, Bentvine, Steam Donkey, and Singing Hops.
Nice.
Some of the wineries, Walter Dakin, Winucci, and GH Wine Cellars. Distilleries, we've got Hardware Distillery and Heritage Distillery.
Oh wow! Okay.
So we've
Very
got
cool.
we've got some additional ones coming on, but right now those are the ones that we've got on board. And so what a fun night.
Yeah.
And to be able to include all age groups, get everybody out there to enjoy the music of the varmints and to enjoy some of the breweries and wineries and distilleries from the area.
Tickets for that just $50 for the fun night of barrels and brews. The day before that, or that earlier that day, as you mentioned, with the business luncheon, per person it's $50, or you can get a table of 8 or a table of 10. The table of 10 is just $400, and so that's a nice deal there. You can get all of that again on Mason General's website. And then the big night, Saturday night, still at the Little Creek Casino. It's the gala and live auction, and there's a lot of not only great auction items available, but it's a whole fun night.
Yes, so thank you for the intro there, because part of the fun part of that night is, of course, we have a wonderful menu lineup from Little Creek that night. But then after, we have some live auction items. So just want to give you some details, maybe some teasers on that.
Please.
We have a Seahawk tree. So we have a decorated tree with all Seahawk related items. But the best thing on there, we have a box for a Seahawk game and 4 tickets in box seats
Wow.
on that tree. Then we've got a 44-foot long wooden boat that's been restored called El Mystico. We've got a tour through Puget Sound on that with appetizers and wine.
Fun.
We've got the Holland America cruise that we're going to be auctioning off, and then a trip to Mexico, a choice of any one of these spots: Acapulco, Nuevo Vallarta, Cancun, Los Cabos, or Puerto Penasco. 7 nights, so that's going to be auctioned off also.
Yeah.
So lots of great items to be auctioned off, some great exciting things that night. And then on top of the live auction, we will have silent auction items there also. But another exciting part of that night is the golden ticket. We only sell 50 golden tickets, $100 each, but what the winner, then we draw one winner before the live auction starts. They get to pick any item on the live auction.
Whoa,
That's
such a deal.
Their choice.
Yep, all it costs them is one golden ticket.
Wow.
So, and we only sell 50 of them. So it does sell out pretty quickly, and but it does create some excitement that night.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's electric. You could hear a pin drop in the room once they pull that ticket, because everybody's waiting to see what are they going to choose.
Now, Jen, Therese mentioned the Seahawks tree, and over the years, the tree aspect of Fantasy Forest has been a primary impact. People from all around the community work very hard
Diligently.
to create these beautiful trees that are available. Talk to me a little bit about that and how it's evolved into kind of where we're at now.
You know, we really like to focus on experiences at the event. And a lot of what the tree designers do is to create a visual experience for the people that are attending the event. But they also do a lot of great work with procuring, trips and experiences that go along with these trees. And so we really are looking forward to what we're going to have this year. It's going to be really creative. Folks are super excited. Then what's really great this year is that we have one group of designers that is doing a health and fitness tree. So for those health buffs out there, there's something for you. We have a little bit of something for everyone, and I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge Little Creek Casino Resort for their continued sponsorship, returning as our title sponsor, putting on their annual Red Tag campaign for us. Heritage Bank is our gala sponsor this year. We have just gotten so much great support from our community, local businesses, and we just invite everyone to come and join us and celebrate. And Gene Bush has been on here with us before, but the Yesteryear Car Club, for those car buffs out there, we're actually going to have this visual exhibit, and we're going to have a gold Maserati, an antique Porsche that is James Bond themed, and we also have an antique motorcycle with the sidecar.
Well, that'd be
So
cool.
come check out what we have. It's really going to be awesome.
It's a whole week plus of events for
Yes.
Fantasy Forest. Again,
Absolutely.
kicking off with the Father-Daughter Night Out on the 15th. That's going to be downtown Shelton at the Civic Center. The rest of the events are all at the Little Creek Casino, including the business luncheon Friday the 22nd. Then later in the day will be Barrels and Brews. And then Saturday is the gala and live auction. You can find out more at masongeneral.com. Do a search for Fantasy Forest. We'll put the links to that, of course, in the show notes as well. And it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun.
Yes.
And
Buy tickets
excited
now.
to buy your tickets now for sure, because you don't want to miss out, as these do sell out. And very cool. Thank you for coming in, Therese. Good to see you. Jan, good to see
Thank
you.
you.
Same here.
And we
Thank
will
you.
see you before too long.
All right.
All
Perfect.
right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.